At your favorite shows and games on 100.7
Okay.
KSLX HD2.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
You're live.
And welcome back. Hope you're having a great start to your weekend, folks. A little LL.
LL was
Gets
so
you
mad
riled,
on that
boy.
song. He
I
was
know.
so mad.
But that one and Mama said knock you out. I mean, you know.
That's what this is.
Oh, I don't
It's
know
all
why.
good. Don't even trip.
I'm just
Don't even trip though.
Oh, my goodness. Anyway, this segment right here is brought to you by.
Majestic Services. Contact Majestic Services to do all the dirty work around your home or business. Majestic Services will pressure wash your driveways, awnings, pool decks, sidewalks, parking lots, receiving docks, and more. Call Majestic Services at 602-614-9401 or go to majesticservices.net for your free obligation quote today. They might even be in Gilbert today as well.
Before we get into a little more Cardinals, and also I think we're going to do, because we were going to preview the Panthers game, and we will do that because we have Desmond Johnson coming up at 11 o'clock. But we're going to double back a little bit, talk about an event, something that just happened. You had a quick read. Do you want to do that real quick?
Yeah, so again, we're here over at Maduro's Fine Cigars and Tobacco, 1907 West Main Street in Mesa, corner of Dobson and Main. You'll see the discount tire there on the corner, so right in that plaza. But right now, so if you come on in, 15% off cigars, so 15%, and I'm telling you, it's not, they got, Ron does his thing, and he stocks things with quality merchandise there. So $2 off draft beers. So $2 off draft beers. They have 6 screens up in here. No, 6, 7, 8. So multiple screens to be able to. They have the college football games on. Come and enjoy a nice stick and relax. But if you mention the show, you'll get a raffle ticket for cigar signage. And he showed us some of that signage. It's cool stuff. It's really cool stuff to be able to have in your office or man cave or whatever the case may be.
No doubt. So let's double back real quick, because we had Thursday night football the other night. Bengals 27, Dolphins 15. The big thing from that game was not the game itself. It was that second or first concussion to Tua, depending on how you count. If you want to count the previous week on Sunday when he had the supposed back injury.
One concussion. Two
concussions. Yeah. This one was nasty, though, because when he went down, he had that. Yep. The fingers that froze up in the hands, and I've seen guys. It's one thing to watch it on television. I've actually seen it in person before.
Yeah,
bro, it's scary. It really is. And there's all this question now about whether he should have even been playing in that game on Thursday. You know, they're still trying to call that first one on Sunday where he does the wobble, the weeble wobble, and everything. Yeah. It was a back and ankle injury. No, that was a concussion. So there's going to be a lot of stuff going on question-wise for Dolphins coaching staff and medical staff. We'll see how that all plays out. My question to you, have you ever had the bell rung like that? Have you ever?
I think so, yeah. So I was playing slap boxing with my cousin.
Okay.
I was about 15, 16, slap boxing with him. And he threw one of those hooks, and I walked into it, and
boom! Was on the line.
And I was down. So
he knocked you out.
Yeah, he knocked me out.
Who'd you say was on the line, Aaron?
Earl.
Okay, let's jump out to the Easy Sports Talk hotline, and we got Brother Earl out there.
Earl on the Easy
What's
Sports
going on,
Talk
Brother
hotline.
Earl?
Hello, Earl.
Hey, what's going on, fellas? I appreciate y'all letting me come in and just mess y'all show up for a minute.
Nah, man, go ahead. It's always great to hear from you. Especially when you got that hot fire. That's what I'm talking about. Come on with it.
I want to chime in real quick on that Isaiah Simmons situation for the Cardinals. I know y'all talk about the Tua thing, but I heard y'all talk about the Cardinals, and I was like, I just want to let you know the process has started of this guy going to another team and blossoming as a linebacker for another team and being a superstar. The process is starting right now, because usually this is what takes place. The scrambled egg head don't know how to gather all of what they want him to do, and he's going to send him to another team because the contract year is coming up, and they're not going to pick up the contract. They're going to have a dispute about that. And the next thing you know, he'll end up on Detroit or Carolina, and he's going to blossom as a star in the NFL. This is just how the Cardinals do things, bro. And I'm just so frustrated with this whole thing about why he's not on the field and he was your number one overall pick. It doesn't make any sense.
You hit that right on the head too, Earl, because like I said, I spoke to a bunch of people at Carolina this week, and that's all they know. They really, that's one of their biggest questions.
I'm just saying, all the dang time.
That's one of their biggest questions. Or they're always like, "What's going on?" Because they had their eye on him.
Yeah,
Carolina wanted him when he got scooped up, they were hugely disappointed. Now they're watching the lack of production, and they're like, "What is going on over there?" And I've explained it to them just why, like we've talked over the last few weeks, Earl. It's like they're putting too much in this young man's head. He can't figure it out, and he looks like he's clueless out there. But the talent is still there. They're just trying to use him in the wrong way, and I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna when it's time for him, because you also got to remember, regardless of what he might decline any contract they do give him because he wants to get the heck out of here. He goes somewhere else and becomes an A-plus player.
Yep, I just wanted to let it be known the process has already started. He's going to go to another team and perfect whatever strength that he is on the field. He'll perfect that at another team. He's not going to do it here.
All right,
On that.
Keep going. So hold on real quick, Earl. So again, that's Casual E from Casual Sports Radio Network, KSRN, casualsports.com. That's casual and sports with a Z. So now that you know how we come, you walk in our house because you're family. So I got to ask you this though, man. Isn't it better in a situation like Isaiah Simmons to be able to say we were wrong from a coaching staff? We tried to give him too much. Let's pull it back so we don't lose this young man, so that he can reach his full, at least reach more of his potential.
Well, that's the only answer to the question, yes. But this we talk about a competent team would do that.
Oh.
See, I'm glad we got you on the line, brother Earl. I hope you have a few minutes to hang. I hope you got a few minutes to hang out with us because I got a question to ask you.
Absolutely, man.
Okay.
This coaching staff has just been so incompetent when it comes to evaluating talent. It is ridiculous.
All right, let's slide to the next subject here then real quick.
Oh, I can't wait.
I'm with. So we have one Kyler Murray, brother Earl, that had a statement this week, basically telling. I'll just read a little bit of it. He was asked about why he's not running and different things.
Right after the game, yep.
He basically told the teams, I told the guys they have to wake up when you play with me, no matter what the play is. Murray said in his post-game conference, I have free reign to do whatever. So when you sleep and you don't think you're getting the ball, you can't play like that. Everybody has to be heads up in the game. And he continued on. So I was talking to Jay before. Yeah, basically you got to be woke. You can't be out there sleeping because, you got to keep up with me. And then the other, on the second part of this, LaShawn McCoy came out with some vitriol, just some straight, called Murray trash. And, and this is one of those things I've asked the question when the heat is turned up because he signed his big contract, what's kind of going to be his response? Is he going to boat it back and go get him, or is he going to, go in that cell? It looks like there's starting to be cracks in this situation way earlier than I thought they would be. But what are your thoughts on Murray and his comments like, hey, y'all need to wake up?
I kind of actually agree with him finally putting some of those receivers on blast, but what happened in that was Andy Isabella was why he said that. That was a situation where Andy just did not know what the hell he was doing. He did not look for the ball. He just stopped his route, and it pissed Kyler off. Kyler came back, and you could see on the sideline after that play, he was all up in Andy Isabella. Then after that, when the game was over, that comment came out. That comment was directed toward Andy Isabella, and it just kind of looked like it was for the whole team, or him trying to make himself look whatever. But no, I thought it was good for him to go ahead and call a guy out that wasn't paying attention. And then LaShawn McCoy thing, that's kind of harsh to say that he plays like a high school player.
Yeah.
There is some truth to what he was saying. There's a lot of truth to what he was saying. This is like players in this league, veteran players in this league have still not come on board with what Cliff and Kyler are bringing into the NFL. It's not working. And they still see it as gimmick football. And so they get ticked off
2 minutes
about it. And that's what that Tom McCoy thing came from. And Kyler does play a little bit more, I would say, on a college level, but not high school.
Yeah.
He still plays in that college system, and it's a gimmick system. That coach and him together do not work in the NFL.
Now, I'll say this, and we only have a short, about a minute and a half to go. I agree with you, Brother Earl, in terms of I like the emotion from him with the situation with Isabella. There's a time and a place, and there's also a way to say certain things. I didn't like the delivery, like almost like, well, I walk on water. Everybody needs to, learn how to put your shoes on and skate on top of the water. And for me, and then the other thing, Earl, is we saw the thing on the sideline. There's no reason to take it anywhere other than that. The media doesn't need to know what he could have had the conversation behind the scenes. We never would have known. And for me, for a young man we're still looking for leadership, for me it was almost like, once again, the finger pointing out but nothing pointing back at himself. And that's what I don't like. I would have liked to have him handle that just a little differently, and then nobody has an opportunity to take shots at him.
And yes, brother, you're right on point, and it's going to come right back to the coaching staff. If you don't, they have not had that talk to that kid. You're not as good as you think you are, kid.
Yep.
You got to be humble. They haven't had that talk to that kid. They bowed out, dude. So you're going to keep seeing that. You're going to keep seeing those little. He doesn't know how to talk in the media.
Yeah.
You're going to still see his true feelings. His true feelings are going to come out every time because they don't know how to pull him back. They don't know how to rein him in. They don't know how to humble him. And so something's got to continue to happen that's going to humble him.
1 minute.
What it's going to be, but the coaching staff sure ain't going to do it.
No, I mean they've and that Jay. It's funny. Jay and I had the same exact conversation while we were before we start setting up this morning. It was they don't have the ability or the stones, if you want to call it, to go to him like Kingsbury. He's scared to death of that boy. I'm telling you, and it's just going to continue on. So. Hey, brother, we got to jump out of here, but always appreciate you calling in, man, and look forward to seeing you again soon, bro.
Hey, if anybody's in the area of Phoenix Suns, they got practice going on uptown here, so y'all come on down.
Sounds good.
Okay, they're practicing over. Okay, got you. We'll mention that. That's what's up.
Yeah, so we're going to take this break.
20.
We're going to continue on with a little conversation. Like I said, I didn't think Earl would think that way, to be honest with you, as far as Kyler,
he's
but he
very
did a
balanced
great
'cause he's
point.
very
Yeah.
harsh when it comes to Kyler, but also I think
Yeah.
he's not for the sake of just because.
All right, we'll take this break. Be back after these messages, folks. Hit them, Jay.
Are you kidding?
Clear.
Thanks, Aaron.
Ready to bring KDUS AM 1060 into your home with Alexa?
Hi, I'm Alexa.
Download the KDUS AM 1060 skill and enable. Alexa, the KDUS AM 1060.
This is where I start my day.
The way he said it,
Students enrolled at Imagine Online Academy, grades K through 8, can expect to receive quality, rigorous learning experiences that include a focus on the Imagine School's shared values, along with character education at the heart of the Imagine organization curriculum. Imagine Online Academy is committed to providing students the support and resources they need to succeed as learners in online education. Our goal is developing character and enriching young minds. For more information, visit imagineazonline.org.
With over 11 years of serving the Valley, Majestic Services is who you should call for your pressure washing and window cleaning needs. From driveways to sidewalks, pool decks, awnings, patio blinds, even handyman services and more. Majestic Services has you covered. Call 602-614-9401 today for a free, no-obligation quote. Commercial or residential, call Majestic Services or visit them at majesticservices.net. Majestic Services, let us do your dirty work. 602-614-9401.
I got to give the update on the.
Hi, this is Ed Smith, host of the Easy Sports Talk Show. In addition to hosting the show every Saturday, did you know I'm also an inspirational and motivational speaker? Utilizing life experience in my 15-year professional sports career, I offer programs to a wide variety of audiences. Tips from the locker room to the boardroom and beyond. Whether you're a corporate executive, sports organization, or faith-based organization, Ed Smith Speaks can customize a team-building, motivational, and inspirational program to fill your needs. I'd love to come inspire and motivate your group to create lifelong shining moments. To learn more about booking me for your event, visit edsmithspeaks.com or contact me directly at info@edsmithspeaks.com.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Milano Music is Arizona's oldest and largest premier destination music store. Located at 38 West Main Street in historic downtown Mesa, Milano's has a 50,000 square foot showroom that features a giant wall of guitars. There are hundreds to choose from as they carry the most popular brands in stock, from Gibson, Martin, Taylor, Fender, Yamaha, and many more. In addition, there is a high-end climate-controlled acoustic room and on-site repair facility. Milano's is a complete music store with digital pianos and keyboards, drums and percussion, PA and recording gear, alongside all the band and orchestral products they carry. And with the holidays approaching, they're offering hundreds of musical gift items from all price ranges. For hours of operation and additional information, call Milano Music at 480-827-1111 or visit milanomusic.com.
Need Need social information about KDUS AM 1060? Try KDUS1060.com and KDUS AM 1060 on Twitter and Facebook.com/KDUS AM 1060.
Let's pretend for one night I'm the man in your life, and we do the things that lovers do.
You're live.
And welcome back to the Easy Sports Talk Show. Coming to you live today from Maduro's East, located over here in downtown, beautiful downtown Mesa, 1907 West Main Street. Cross streets again, Jay?
Dobson and Main in the Discount Tire parking lot.
There you go. This segment right here is brought to you by
the Casual Sports Radio Network. KSRN is your destination for the latest updates and in-depth coverage of your Arizona sports teams, including all things Arizona Cardinals for the Bird Gang fan base. Visit casualsports.com. That's KAZUALSPORTZ.com for feature articles, great podcasts such as the repurposing of the Easy Sports Talk Show and Believe in the Arizona Cardinals, and also music programming like Microphone Masters and more. And also, since we are here over at Maduro's Fine Cigars and Tobacco over at their Mesa location, 15% off cigars, $2 off draft beers. If you mention the show, so you mention Easy Sports Talk, you get a raffle ticket for a cigar signage raffle. And if you're in the downtown Phoenix area, the Phoenix Suns, they have their open practice that's going on right now. So just keep that in mind. A lot of stuff going on.
It's crazy how basketball. We're going to talk some baseball or basketball later on in the show. It's funny how it just pops up on you because their training camps are different. They're pretty much basketball. You don't need a whole bunch of equipment. You don't need nothing. Just a ball and some hoops, right? So they pretty much get together, start running around a little bit, and before you know it, they have a couple preseason games, then the season starts. It's like it's not a whole long period of time. Like I even saw the Golden State, they're over in China or something. They've already had a preseason game. I'm like, wow, camps just opened a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Anywho, yeah. So because this is going to be an interesting game for the Cardinals. This was one I had on the board as a win. I had it actually being their first win of the season. We'll give you our predictions and thoughts on it when we have Desmond Johnson on from Tobacco Road Radio Sports Network next segment. So he'll be on 11 o'clock. So we'll talk about our predictions on it. I might have changed my mind. I don't know about this one.
Okay.
The way we played up to this point.
Yeah.
Real quick, let's talk a little ins and outs as far as practice this week. Had a lot of guys that had some DNPs early in the week, and a couple of them that all the way through the week. For instance, Rashard Lawrence, he's out. Zeke Turner's out. That's another linebacker. A.J. Green is out. I think we will get Dortch to play this week. He had a full practice yesterday. Connor looks like he'll probably be full go. He was full practice yesterday. But and J.J. Watt, limited practice yesterday. He didn't practice Wednesday or Thursday, limited yesterday. Always questionable. So we'll see if he plays. But looks like other than those couple I mentioned, we should have everybody pretty much in there. Andy Isabel, I did not see him on the list. I think he's pretty good because I did not see him on the injury list. As far as Carolina, they were a little worried early in the week because Christian McCaffrey was a DMP, did not participate in practice Wednesday and Thursday. What?
That dude got the bag so early. He got the bag so early, and it just seems to me as if he's just always in and out.
Always
in and out. And thank God
that's got to be.
He got that bag early.
That, as frustrating as it is for the organization and their fans,
it has to be frustrating for him.
It's frustrating for him too.
Yeah.
Because the talent. I mean, when he's fully go, man, it's like, damn. You love to have a dude on your fantasy team. You just can't trust him, bro. You can't trust him from 1 week to the next. And here's the other thing. When he goes down, he goes down.
Yeah,
it's like,
he's down for weeks.
Weeks. He's not hey, I just tweaked something, I'll be back next week. He's man, I'll see y'all next year. But as of right now, he should be playing. Let's talk about this game a little bit before we have Desmond on, man. This is one of those, in my opinion, if we go over there and lay another egg, the heat is just going to go from somebody's warming something on the pot to they turn it up to broil and put it in the oven. Because this is, you got the Baker Mayfield. And the strange part, all week, the Carolina their media,
Yeah.
they're almost a mirror image of us, and they're scared to death. They cannot. This team that they're putting on the field right now, they have zero confidence in.
Right.
And I'm like, well, it's kind of, we're not at zero yet, but it hasn't been a great showing for us either.
So if you talk about if the Cardinals happen to lose this game, I get the feeling that you're going to think that the fire will be turned up even more. But what does that mean?
It doesn't mean much because everybody got paid.
Wait, say it again. Especially who?
The Kingsbury and Kime, everybody got paid. And Kyler, they all got paid. So
what you gonna do?
The thing, though.
But what's gonna happen is the turnstiles will stop turning as much as they have. You'll look out into the Red Sea and you'll see a lot of empty seats looking back at you, or people posing as seats. And that's what you don't want. You don't want. I've said it before, and I always give credit to where I heard the quote from. It was a Jerry Jones quote where they asked him about, do you care if people hate the Cowboys, or do you prefer them to love the Cowboys? He said, I don't really care. What I don't want is apathy.
Yeah.
I want you to feel strongly one way or the other, but not to feel indifferent.
Well, we're very indifferent out here when it comes to our sports teams. As soon as those L's start stacking up and we don't have as many W's, and you'll see a whole lot more people in the stands will be wearing other people's jerseys, other teams' jerseys.
Yeah.
My question to you when we talk about this, okay, Kyler's already getting a little flack, a little heat, right? Mm-hmm. And he's, as Earl said, he called Andy Isabel out in a roundabout way, but it sounded like he was talking to the whole team, but maybe he was singling Andy Isabel out. What happens if we go over there and lay an egg? Then all of a sudden now the target changes for Kyler because he's going to get the heat. He just signed a big contract.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking at him like, you're supposed to be leading this team, bro.
You're supposed to take us to you're supposed to elevate the play of those around you.
I'll ask you and anybody out there who wants to answer this question, what happens the first time Kyler questions maybe his coaching staff, maybe Cliff Kingsbury, just in a subtle way, well, I'm not the one calling the plays, that type of thing. Because that could be close.
We married. We's married now.
I'm
just saying. I don't know. That's
you ever see that movie War of the Roses?
Yes.
You can be married and you can still be hell. It can still be hell within inside the household. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Hell within the household could be coming if we lose this game and all of a sudden the finger pointing ranges out and starts picking others off.
Posted something on my Twitter at Javon Love. And just talked about if you want to make a change, what you have to do is change your habits. So if you're trying to change something, you have to make a concerted effort to make that change. Whatever that is, you have to change your habits. How you either preparing for the game, the type of plays that you call.
Yeah.
Though it just seems like whoever, just on a macro level when it comes to the offense, you have to use your parts in different ways. You have to, if you are – push yourself outside of your comfort zone, and that's really kind of what it comes down to. And there's no confidence in this team. And you talked about it. There's two ways to be 1 and 2. 1 and 2 with we'll play here or there. We just need to get it together and be more consistent. Or there's the malaise that seems to come across this team that falls over this team, and then you see some drives, you see some flickers, but it's not necessarily giving you hope. It just gives you frustration because you're seeing field goals instead of touchdowns. You're seeing it, and I know I'm focusing so much on the offensive side of the ball, but again, I think that's where most of the talent lies. And it's also an indictment on Steve Keim when you talk about that there aren't more young pieces that are showing potential that we're able to intermingle and mix in with those veterans that we're bringing on the team through these time
Steve Keim, you mean that dude has all of a sudden become very quiet, hasn't said a word, hasn't, as far as I know. He might be out of the country right now. I don't even know. Like I said, maybe we need to go put an APB out for him. I haven't heard a thing from him. He's the orchestrator of all this, meaning he's when you're having either failure or success, it all comes down. It doesn't start at the bottom and work its way up. So I'm looking at the job he did during the offseason in terms of bringing more quality pieces in here. The draft picks or that lack thereof as far as Smart, and we got a tight end. How many snaps did he have this past week? 6 snaps. What would we need? We're not even using Zach Ertz. What we need a McBride for? I mean, so there are things that he's skating from.
I'll say it like this though. It's when we're using restreaming and depending on obviously the availability of True Narrative, I was that. Let's see, the way me using Restream was like Kime, right? So sometimes it's, hey, turn that mic down, turn this mic up, right? What you doing, man? What you doing? And then you bring in a True Narrative Media, and they say, nah, man, here's what you need to do. Let me give you some advice, and he needs to be able to bring the equivalent of that to the organization to help him to fill in those gaps that he has, especially when it comes to not only talent evaluation, or being able to really take the talent that you have and maximize them before giving them other roles and being able to try to put more onto their plate. So, I don't know.
Well, there's a whole lot of dysfunction going on right now. The good thing, Jay, is we're only 3 games into the season. Tomorrow will be 4. That gives you plenty of opportunity to turn it around.
It does.
I'm afraid we're going downhill right now and picking up speed a little bit, and that's scary when you think about how long this season could get if it doesn't correct itself.
Like that old school Arizona Sun Devils Cardinals games.
We're going to take this break. We got Desmond Johnson who's going to join us from Tobacco Road Sports Network. Next to start the top of the hour. Hope you're having a great start to your weekend, folks. Easy and Jay, Easy Sports Talk Show. Got Aaron behind the glass. Mark from True Narrative Media here with us. Be back after these messages.
Are you kidding? I look good.
Oh, I like that. That was are you kidding?
I look good on here.
Thanks, Aaron. Are you kidding?
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix.
Hey, Santi. Your vitals are looking good. How's the pain today?
Same.
Well, it's about to get a whole lot worse. Did you hear your team just tanked again?
Come on.
Yeah, I want to help you feel better, but I don't know how to treat a losing streak. Yeah. I'm just saying, man, get a touchdown.
At Banner Health, this is what care sounds like. Connecting with you where you are. Banner Health. Exhale.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Milano Music is Arizona's oldest and largest premier destination music store. Located at 38 West Main Street in historic downtown Mesa, Milano's has a 50,000 square foot showroom that features a giant wall of guitars. There are hundreds to choose from as they carry the most popular brands in stock from Gibson, Martin, Taylor, Fender, Yamaha, and many more. In addition, there is a high-end climate-controlled acoustic room and on-site repair facility. Milano's is a complete music store with digital pianos and keyboards, drums and percussion, PA and recording gear, alongside all the band and orchestral products they carry. And with the holidays approaching, they are offering hundreds of musical gift items from all price ranges. For hours of operation and additional information, call Milano Music at 480-827-1111 or visit milanomusic.com.
Imagine Schools of Arizona is now hiring bus drivers. Serving 8 campuses across the valley, there are plenty of great opportunities available. When you join Imagine Schools, you will receive paid training, paid time off, great benefits, a 401k program, and with a starting salary of $17.50 an hour and up. To apply or for more information, contact Frank Sturpey at frank.sturpey@imagineschools.org. That's frank.stirpe@imagineschools.org. Or call him at 602-318-4888. E3 Cryo and Wellness Center is a health optimization clinic specializing in cutting-edge therapies for pain and inflammation, performance and recovery, as well as anti-aging and aesthetics. Services include cryotherapy, weight loss,
Desmond is all set.
Hormones and
Thank you, Aaron.
therapy. Easy Sports Talk encourages you to come in and try a 3-minute cryotherapy session. Find out how your body can thrive in minus 175 degrees or treat your skin to a rejuvenating cryofacial. Just a couple of the services provided by the incredible staff at E3 Cryo. For more information, visit e3cryo.com. Call them at 602-899-CRYO. That's 602-899-2796. Or stop by their Phoenix location at 13615 North 35th Avenue, Suite number 2, Phoenix, Arizona. And be sure to tell the friendly staff, Ed and Jay from the Easy Sports Talk sent you.
KDUS AM 1060 Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix is brought to you by AC by J, Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Drains.
Easy Sports Talk is brought to you by great partners of the show, including Colt Artisan Beverage Company, the official beverage company of Ed, Jay, and the Easy Sports Talk Show. I'm taking my freedom, pulling it on
You're live.
And welcome back to Hour 2 of the Easy Sports Talk Show. Hope you're having a great start to your weekend. Coming to you live today from Maduro's East over on 1907 West Main Street in Mesa.
Cross streets Dobson and Maine.
There you go. This segment right here is brought to you by
Colt Artisan Beverage Company, the official beverage company of the Easy Sports Talk Show, one of the first to launch nitrogen-infused coffee. They offer everything from specialty coffees to a botanical infusion line of caffeine and sugar-free brewed beverages. Call Colt Artisan Beverage Company at 623-434-0939 or visit ilovecolt.com for more information.
And we're going to jump right out to the Easy Sports Talk hotline. Got Brother Desmond Johnson from Tobacco Road Sports Radio and multiple things all over the place he is. First off, I wanted to check in, Brother Desmond. I know you're over there in Carolina. How are you and the family doing, man? I know the rain's coming your way.
Actually, it's all passed.
Okay.
We're good to go. It must have came through while I slept last night.
Okay.
So, all the stuff we were worried about for Saturday football games or whatever, appears everything's gonna go off without a hitch. The seats will be wet, but all the wind and the rainfall and everything is kind of cleared out. So it's starting to clear up a little bit here.
That's great to hear, man. Good you and the family are well. So that gives us so we can talk some football without worrying about anything then. So first thing I wanted to know from you, man, we talked the other day, we did the show yesterday actually, and I'm just curious. We got a coach over here who's very confident because he just got an extension through 2027. How is the seat for Matt Rule Rule right now? How hot is it?
It's cooled down a bit from the first 2 weeks. I think it was starting to build. The Fire Matt Rule bus. I'd cranked up the bus and was sitting in the parking lot idly waiting. And the win last week kind of calmed it down a little bit. And I think if they win this Sunday, it might go away for a little bit. Just if you zoom out and look at the Panther season so far, they're 1-2, but they could have easily been 3-0. The two losses they had to the Browns and the Giants in the beginning of the year, they lost them by a combined 5 points, and they lost them on two late fourth quarter field goals. One of them a 58-yarder by a rookie week one with the Browns. So, it could have went either way. They had the lead in both of those games late. So if you kind of look at it positive-wise like that, and last week it felt like the Panthers tried to carve out an identity for themselves for this year, running the football, playing hair-on-fire defense. If they stick to that philosophy, regardless of who's at quarterback, they'll be in a lot of these games.
So you kind of approached what I was going to ask you next in terms of the identity of the football team. So would you say that is then trying to make it run first and then really strong defense? Because we're still wondering kind of what that will be for the Arizona Cardinals, given the fact that there's been such a kind of a stop and start type of thing, especially this season.
Well, I don't know if they want it to be, but it should be in terms of what the Panthers' identity should be. We've had so much back and forth with Matt Rule will tell us one thing, and then they go out and do the complete opposite. So it's all at the level of distrust with the Panther fan base and whatever Matt Rule is saying at the moment. Last year, he said he wanted to be a run-first, defensive-oriented, tough, smart football team. 2 weeks ago, he comes out and says that they want to, you got to throw the football to win in the NFL, and they want to get more wide receivers on the field. So what do they do after he says that? They completely abandon the RPO, and they give the ball to Christian McCaffrey like the first 8 times that they had the ball last Sunday. So it's almost like this weird game of whatever he says, he's going to do the opposite. I do think that they did notice that they were drastically losing time of possession. Teams were getting like 20 extra offensive plays off on us because of the way we were running our offense and having a lot of 3 and outs, and it was wearing our defense out in the fourth. So last Sunday they made adjustments, which I was happy to see, and I'll be interested to see if they make those adjustments again tomorrow. We thought the weather would be a factor here, but it's supposed to be 78 and sunny in Charlotte tomorrow, so it should be good playing conditions for football.
It's interesting. We have Desmond Johnson on the Easy Sports Talk hotline. It's interesting, Des, that we talk about. We have the same record. We're both 1-2, and you mentioned we very easily could be 3-0, and I'm thinking, man, we very easily could be 0-3. So it's like it's just ridiculous. Let's talk about the quarterback over there real quick. Baker Mayfield obviously is a matchup of 2 former Heisman winners, same school, I think even back-to-back years winning it. The other day, Matt Rule made a comment about the White House needed to help Mayfield a little bit, and we saw a little snarkiness from DJ Moore. First, give me your grade on what Baker looks like to you so far, and secondly, do you think there's a little split starting to develop, or has it just not gelled for Baker yet with his teammates?
I think a lot of it has to do with the play calling the first 2 weeks of the season. It felt like week one when they were playing Cleveland that offensive coordinator Ben McAdoo was trying to show Baker Mayfield off and just kind of see what he could do. That wasn't the way to go. I think Baker Mayfield's ceiling is a high-end game manager, which is perfectly fine. There's plenty of people walking around with Super Bowl rings that were game managers in their career, and there's no issue with that whatsoever. I kind of think that that's what they need this season from Baker. It's just someone who's calm in the pocket, doesn't get rattled, makes the right throw, and for the most part, the first couple of weeks, he's been rattled. He hadn't trusted the offensive line. He hasn't trusted the receivers. Week two, they were dropping footballs in New York all over the place. So week three, they kind of took the game plan out of Baker's hands, put it back into our best player, which is Christian McCaffrey, which makes sense, and let the defense go out and win the game. Carolina is 10-25 when they allow more than 17 points per game during the Matt Rule era. They're 1-25 or something to that effect. They're 9-1 or 10-1 when they allow 17 points or less. So that's kind of the key for them. Although this is NFL football, it's going to be hard to keep every team from scoring 17 points. But right now they're allowing about 19, so it kind of falls in the pattern of where Matt Rule and these teams have been. I do think that Baker has room to grow. We haven't even seen him really with Rashard Higgins, who we had, they played together in Cleveland, so you would think he'd be out there more. But I think eventually they'll settle on a couple. Laviska Shenault showed up last week, played really well finally for us. First week he came out there after getting traded from Jacksonville, although he is dealing with a hamstring injury, is my understanding, and Christian McCaffrey is dealing with a bruised thigh himself, so we'll see how ready they are come game day.
So before we start to get into how you think this game is going to play out, you mentioned McCaffrey. I'm not saying – we were kind of talking about this offline. It seems to me there's always that worry that he's going to be out for a few weeks here or there. Do you feel that same way living and breathing the Carolina Panthers, what you see there in terms of maybe potential not yet realized when it comes to his talent and his ability to impact the game?
Yeah. Literally, yeah.
Simple.
The crazy thing about the Matt Rule era, the 3 years he's been here, if you look at it, these literally should have been the 3 prime years of Christian McCaffrey's career. Age 26, 27, and now 28. He had already signed an extension that made him one of the highest paid running backs in football.
Right.
He is more than a running back. In my opinion, when he's healthy, he is a top 5, top 10 overall player in the NFL still to this day. There's only a few guys where the opposing defense has to game plan for that one guy. And Christian McCaffrey's one of those dudes. Whenever he's healthy and on the field, he takes so much attention for the defense. It opens up so much other stuff for the Panthers. So when he's not out there, and if the Panthers don't have an identity without him, it makes it really hard for the Panthers to score. So I said I need if he's hurt, I need a 98 Scottie Pippen Game 6 versus the Jazz. I'm hurt, can't do anything, but he's still out there.
Right.
Like the decoy.
Right.
That's what I need. Just go out there, help with the run blitz, blocking or whatever. Run a couple routes. Maybe don't run it so heavily with him and use Chuba Hubbard and Deonta Foreman, who we got from Tennessee, who spelled Derrick Henry last year and did really well while he was out injured. We haven't really seen him a lot. I expect to see him a lot on Sunday. But, yeah, Christian McCaffrey is literally the most important piece of the Carolina Panthers. If he's there, they're a borderline playoff team. If he's not, they are a 4-5 win team, regardless of who else is on the roster.
And we have Desmond Johnson on the Easy Sports Talk hotline from Tobacco Road Sports Radio. Let's talk about it real quick here, Brother Des. Looks like Christian, limited practice yesterday. He should be game ready, should have a nice track for everybody to run on out there. How do you see this game going, and who do you see winning this game?
I think similar to the way the Carolina game went last week on the road, I think they finally kind of figured out what they want to be. They started off the game 3 straight handoffs to Christian McCaffrey, where the previous 2 weeks they were doing a lot of RPO. Shout out to Dan Orlovsky, actually. We brought this up on the Believe in Panthers podcast last week. Dan kind of tore the Panthers a new one on NFL Live the week before, trying to expose the play calling. he had a segment with them running RPO where basically he was saying if Christian McCaffrey's lined up a step behind Baker Mayfield, it's always a run. If he's lined up beside him, it's always pass. And Matt Rule came out last week and kind of tried to brush it off. He basically explained what an RPO is. And, you can run it, you can pass it, you can do this and that. I mean, we already know that.
Yeah.
But the tendencies that Dan pointed out, I thought it was really curious that last week in that game on Sunday, the Panthers completely took the RPO package out of their offense. Like, they didn't run it once. And to me, that tells me, okay, Dan was on something that they didn't realize that the rest of the league was keying in on. Because some of those RPO packages they were running with McCaffrey, there were 4 giants in the backfield at the mesh point. Like, they knew what was coming. They knew what was going to happen on it. And you can't run RPO unless the quarterback's a threat to run anyway, and Baker's not a threat to run. So it didn't make any sense to run RPO. I think they're going to come out the way they did last week, concentrating on running the football, let Baker play in play action off of that, and let the defense go win the game. Your playmakers are on the defensive side of the ball. Let them go out there and dictate this game. Arizona seems a bit discombobulated on both sides right now. Pick this win up. It's the 3rd home game in their first 4 games. They've got to get to 2-2 just to justify the start. And then, you got San Francisco coming in here next week. So I say probably about 24. I could see a 24-17 Carolina win. If the defense is really on fire, I could see maybe them holding Arizona to maybe 10 points. Carolina's won the last 6 matchups against Arizona.
Yeah.
Last year was the Cam Newton reunion game, his first time back. We won't have that going on, but I think they got enough to get past Arizona tomorrow. So I'm going to go about 24. I'll say 24-13 Carolina.
I swear if the Cardinals only score 13 points,
we only put up 12 last week.
I'm just saying, but they can't fire dudes. They can't fire dudes because they got contract extensions. But there will be.
Yeah, they've got extended.
Oh my goodness! Goodness.
I was telling Desmond yesterday, because I gave my score and I told him how I initially had this as a win for the Cardinals, the first one of the season. And after looking at these first 3 weeks, I said, man, I think you might change my mind. I might be leaning that way as well. Does anything from our, obviously we don't have much to scare you defensively. Our front is not, making it.
We got JJ Watt.
Yeah.
JJ.
Does anything, other than Kyler, does anything on our roster scare you, Desmond?
Not that's playing Sunday.
My brother.
I would have put Hopkins' name out there, but with him gone, and I think AJ Green
is out. He's out.
He's out.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're pretty good. We've gotten better.
Yeah, we're good.
Run defense. Our secondary is actually probably a top 10 secondary in the league. I got to see if Dante Jackson's playing. Him and C.J. Henderson both had injuries in the game last week, but both came back in. Skylar Callahan, my co-host on the Believe in Panther podcast, he's the beat writer for the Panthers for Sports Illustrated. He said the only injuries that are really out there were McCaffrey's thigh and Chenault's hamstring. And Chenault's hamstring might be something with a hammy. He might not be able to go next week, but I kind of expect McCaffrey out there, but in a limited role. No, I don't. Honestly, I don't like Kyler Murray. I've never liked Kyler Murray, to be honest. Just something about him where I just was like, I don't know if I'd put a whole franchise with him, like behind him. But Arizona is doing just that.
That's lighting the fire right there, Desmond. What we got to do, I'm going to have you back on in the next couple weeks. I want to expand on that because we had LaShawn McCoy, blew him out. You don't like it? We're going to talk about that, okay? Tell everybody how they can follow you. Tell everybody how they can follow you, man, real quick.
So you can get to me on Twitter at DEV_3505, or you can follow at Tobacco Radio, the Believe in Carolina Panthers podcast. It's now myself, Skylar Callahan,
30,
all-time Panthers leading rusher Jonathan Stewart. We're doing it twice a week now. Usually a recap episodes on Monday, a preview episodes on Thursday. On
20 seconds.
While You're Mad Thursday, where we pick anything pretty much from the world of football that's got us heated from the past week.
We got to. Hey, we're up against it. I'm gonna call you so we can get you back on, man. That is good stuff. Appreciate you, brother.
Thanks, guys.
You got it. That was Desmond Johnson. Man, wait, we're gonna take this break. Back out these messages.
He said, I don't like him. Are you kidding?
Your
I'm
chance
gonna send him
Ray
messages
Adams
now.
takes you beyond the 18th hole on Saturday mornings with Great American Golf.
That brother
from
coming
6 to
back
7
because I
a.m.
want.
on KDUS AM 1060.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Milano Music is
Huh?
Arizona's oldest
Heck
and
yeah.
largest premier destination music store. Located at 38 West Main Street in historic downtown Mesa, Milano's has a 50,000 square foot showroom that features a giant wall of guitars. There are hundreds to choose from as they carry the most popular brands in stock, from Gibson, Martin, Taylor, Fender, Yamaha, and many more. In addition, there is a high-end climate-controlled acoustic room and on-site repair facility. Milano's is a complete music store with
Hey, Aaron?
pianos and keyboards, drums and percussion.
Yes.
When we come back, if you have just a score you want to talk, because we're going to do our predictions when we come back. So if you want to pick this game with us,
musical gift items from all
Okay.
Okay.
hours of operation and additional information, call Milano Music at 480
Come again?
1111 or visit milanomusic.com.
oh, what's that? Oh, wow.
With over 11 years of serving the Valley, Majestic Services is who you should call for your pressure washing and window cleaning needs. From driveways to sidewalks, pool decks, awnings, patio blinds, even
Sure,
handyman
Dr.
services
Fire.
and more. Majestic Services has you covered. Call 602-614-9440
Remind me after this segment, we'll go out and come back
today
in.
for a free, no obligation quote. Commercial or
So we come back, we'll go ahead and
call
pick this
Majestic
one.
Services or visit
then-
them at majesticservices.net. Majestic Services, let us do your dirty work. 602
We'll talk a little baseball real quick since it's last week. We'll just
We are
they're wrapping up the
EIC
season up.
An agency is an understatement.
Yeah,
We're a
we'll just do
full-service customer
a quick,
acquisition powerhouse
and
that
then
can
we'll
help you
pick those
slash the
feature
cost of your
games if we want.
customers
If we have
and
enough time.
increase the
This is a
lifetime
real
value
short
of
segment
your
because we went
customers.
over a little bit there.
Our team of experts leverages content production, ads, SEO, automation, and analytics to get the most.
And then
out
at
of your marketing
11:30 we'll
dollars.
do the Suns.
So if you want to reduce
So we're on
customer
track.
acquisition costs and increase the lifetime
just
value
gotta-
of a customer,
I'm
there's
still
no
on the
better
fence
partner
with this
than
game.
EIC
I might.
Agency,
Oh.
because we make every impression count. Check us out at EIC.
Yeah, they're 1.5 on the road, I think, something like that.
With
Yeah.
2 Valley locations, Tryst Cafe focuses on organic, natural.
I just don't like being wrong, right
from the
or
kitchen
wrong.
to the
Like,
bar.
I know you
Tryst
don't
is
care
open
about
for
it, but
breakfast, lunch,
I
and
take my
dinner,
pick
and
seriously.
has a happy hour daily from 3 to 6 p.m. The extensive gluten-free menu and expanding vegan options are always unique.
This
and
could be a
flavorful.
turning point, though,
Spacious
because
and
you
beautifully
it
decorated
would
Chandler
it,
location has a full indoor-outdoor bar that serves bottomless mimosas, Bloody Marys, wine, beer, and over 35 creative cocktails. In addition, there is a coffee and smoothie bar you can order from as you dine in or choose to take out. Tryst Cafe is a 2-category top 10 winner in Ranking Arizona 2022. Be sure to visit the Chandler location at 4205 South Gilbert Road, in Phoenix at 21050 North Tatum Boulevard, and for more information go to trystcafe.com. Tryst Cafe, where an affair with naturally delicious food awaits.
Have you downloaded the KDUS AM 1060 for Alexa yet?
Food. Alexa is frustrated. No matter how many times do you ask, the answer is
Let me
mail.
reset this.
chicken.
Okay, gotcha.
Once you're ready, say Alexa, open KDUS AM 1060 to listen to your favorite shows.
Yeah, this crooked, look at how far I done got without it. I keep my twisted grill just to
Your life.
And welcome back to the Easy Sports Talk Show. Hope you're having a great start to your weekend. This segment right here is brought to you by.
You got me on that one. Give me 1
Oh,
second.
no. That was
True
too easy.
Narrative Media. True Narrative Media understands in today's world, the visual aspect of media is extremely effective in growing your business and expanding your brand awareness. True Narrative Media specializes in telling your unique story, providing a wide range of video services for companies and businesses of all sizes. For more information, call 623-335-0735 or go to TrueNarrativeMedia.com. And again, if you're following us on our various signals across social media and you see how we look, that's all testament to True Narrative Media and the work that they do, showing up, getting things prepared, being able to just do those little things that mean a great deal. So if you have a live event that you're trying to record, or just trying to, again, record something that you need for marketing purposes, really give True Narrative Media a call for sure.
They also do great work on the websites. Mark has upgraded our the Ed Smith Speaks website, including the radio page. So go there, to support all of our sponsors and partners. He's just amazing. So you want to do that real quick?
Yeah, so again, we're here at Maduro's Fine Cigars and Tobacco, the location number 2, here at 1907 West Main Street in Mesa. That's Dobson in Maine. You'll see a discount tire in the parking lot, so you know you're in the right spot. So if you come in, so 15% off cigars right now, $2 off draft beer. So again, $2 off draft beers. They got the craft beer, so I'm trying to tell you I'm a craft beer dude, so for sure. But if you come in, you mention Easy Sports Talk Show, you get a raffle ticket for a cigar signage raffle. The things that'll be raffled off are great. We've already had someone that came in and got themselves a raffle ticket as well. So yeah, come on in and enjoy the atmosphere.
Yes, sir. So let's talk. We got to do our picks. I'm gonna let you and Aaron go first because I'm last. I'm still trying to figure it out. Aaron, how do you see this game playing out for the Cardinals? 1-2 over there against the 1-2 Panthers.
I'm going to go 17-13 for the going for the Arizona Cardinals. I think scoring has been down offensively, so normally I would pick this as a pretty high-scoring game for the Cardinals, but also their offensive troubles, some injuries, and just the fact that offensive scoring is down. I'm going to go with a lower score, but still with the Cardinals.
I have the Panthers winning this game. I think it'll be low scoring as well. Maybe 2017, I guess. That's more mid scoring, but 2017, I think the Cardinals will fall. It might not be good on that plane ride home. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that the Cardinals go out there and have an offensive explosion and maybe do things a little bit differently, as Desmond mentioned, with being able to do some self-assessment, right?
Yeah.
So if people are starting to figure you out, then maybe you need to do something a little different to be able to give yourself an advantage.
I'm still on the fence. I will go with, because I originally picked it as a Cardinals win, I'll stay that route right now. Low scoring, just like you both said. Maybe a few more points, like 20-18 or 20-17, something like that. Cardinals, but I'm not confident in that at all. So we'll see how it plays out. Weather's going to be good. Seems like they'll be full strength. We're missing a couple pieces. Countdown to getting Hopkins is on, I guess, if you were in that range. So we'll see how things work out.
If they can be 3-3, and I think that's been widely shared across different talking heads here in the Valley. If they can be 3-3, getting Hopkins back, then maybe that'll bode well for them. But I just wonder. I mean, that's great to have him back, but if we don't really have a plan, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
So the reason why we're suffering is because he's not there. That doesn't.
I'm so unsure about the Panthers' defense. That's only if they were a lockdown defense, I'd be like, I don't know if we're going to score enough over there. Because I'm not familiar with the Panthers' defense enough, I'll say we will score just enough points to win. So real quick, because we only got a few minutes in this segment left, D-backs 72-85 right now, having a little bit of a swoon here in the last month right now, 11-17, but that's understandable. You bring a lot of younger players up to finish the season out. They've got a series right now with the Giants to finish out this weekend, Monday through Wednesday next week against the Brewers, and then the season, the 2022 season, will be over. Right now, and this is my question, 12.5 out of the wild card, right?
Right.
You're looking at a division where 37 back, so you have to set your eyes on, okay, if we're probably going to be in wild card mode for the next few years because you're not making up 37 games, meaning next year we're going to be 37 games better to be anywhere near the top of the division to give the Dodgers a. But right now we're sitting at 12.5. Do you think we can make some improvements where we're 3.5 out or 2 games out fighting for a wild card next year this time?
I think so.
You think so?
I think so. I mean, it's a lot of it depends on what Bumgarner was very up and down this season. So if we can get, you just need that starting pitching.
Yeah.
We also talked about some of the, just in terms of batting average as well. But I mean, taking a deeper look into the numbers, I think yes, I think that they should have a better showing next season. You think if just even 7 games better than they were right now, maybe they'd be 4 or 5 games out of the wild card. But
So my question to you, Aaron, you might keep a closer eye on them. Where are the areas that we need to improve to give us an opportunity to
put that man on
be
a
a
spot
little?
like that?
I mean, I'm just, he's the super producer.
What you doing?
I'm just saying, I'm not doing anything. Aaron, he's always on point.
2 minutes, 2.
Do you think where would we need our most improvement? You think, Aaron?
For the Diamondbacks, where do we need to improve the most?
Yeah.
bullpen, I would probably say. I think I definitely would like to see. I think our outfield is going to be pretty strong with some of the players they're bringing up, but I feel like our bullpen has just been giving away a lot of games that are winnable, and I think if we really want to see improvement, it's having a stronger bullpen.
Okay, see, I knew. You can always, Aaron's on point. Once you mind your business, let me talk to that man. See? So there we have it. So like I said, by this time next week, season will be over. I'm going to look to see if I can get Torrey to jump on with us after he's had a little time to, exhale and put this one behind him. But, okay, real quick, both of you. Successful, unsuccessful season? What would you say?
I would say it's a success if you frame it the right way. So I would say it's a success.
How about you, Aaron?
How bad last season
I'd say
was.
successful as well.
Okay, because I think at the beginning of the year, we were saying if they could be somewhere near 500, 500 was kind of the goal, and we're not too far.
That was the
off.
stretch goal,
That was the stretch goal.
as they say in the corporate world. That was
So
the stretch goal.
when you win 52 games a season before, where we, like I said, we are now 72. So we won 20. We still got a few more to go. We improved by 20 games. I mean, that's pretty good. So,
there you go.
So we're going to take this break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about the Phoenix Suns.
Everybody
a whole lot of
to
stuff
everybody.
going on. I mean, this is juicy. I'm almost a little scared though because
You love controversy these days.
that's how we live, man. But this is a little almost like deja vu of the Cardinals off season.
Okay.
But we didn't, and we're going to talk about it. So, Easy and Jay, Easy Sports Talk Show, KDUS 1060 AM, KSLX, HD Channel 2, 100.7, coming to you from Maduro's East, 1907 West Main Street. What's those cross streets again, Jay?
10.
Dobson and Maine.
There you go. Take this break. Be back after these messages, folks.
Start calling you Skip Smith. Ed Bayless. You can.
Clear.
Thanks, Aaron.
The team will do what's best for you.
The Rich Eisen Show coming to you weekdays from 3 to 5 p.m. here on KDUS AM 1060 and KDUS1060.com.
Oh, let me go out and come in because somebody didn't remind me. I do everything around here. I mean, even better, what if we were doing a live remote for one of these beautiful Arizona Saturday mornings from your establishment? If you're interested in partnering with the Easy Sports Talk Show, visit edsmithspeaks.com, click on the radio or contact page, or send us an email to info@edsmithspeaks.com. Damn, it's a beat down.
E3 Cryo and Wellness Center is a health optimization clinic specializing in cutting-edge therapies for pain and inflammation, performance and recovery, as well as anti-aging and aesthetics. Services include cryotherapy, weight loss, bioidentical hormones, and peptide therapy. Easy Sports Talk encourages you to come in and try a 3-minute cryotherapy session. Find out how your body can thrive in minus 175 degrees or treat your skin to a rejuvenating cryofacial. Just a couple of the services provided by the incredible staff at E3 Cryo. For more information, visit e3cryo.com. Call them at 602-899-CRYO. That's 602-899-2796. Or stop by their Phoenix location at 13615 North 35th Avenue, Suite number 2, Phoenix, Arizona. And be sure to tell the friendly staff, Ed and Jay from the Easy Sports Talk sent you.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Milano Music is Arizona's oldest and largest premier destination music store. Located at 38 West Main Street in historic downtown Mesa, Milano's has a 50,000 square foot showroom that features a giant wall of guitars. There are hundreds to choose from as they carry the most popular brands in stock, from Gibson, Martin, Taylor, Fender, Yamaha, and many more. In addition, there is a high-end climate-controlled acoustic room and on-site repair facility. Milano's is a complete music store with digital pianos and keyboards, drums and percussion, PA and recording gear, alongside all the band and orchestral products they carry. And with the holidays approaching, they're offering hundreds of musical gift items from all price ranges. For hours of operation and additional information, call Milano Music at 480-827-1111 or visit milanomusic.com.
As a national family of public charter school campuses, Imagine Schools partners with parents and guardians in the education of their children by providing high-quality schools that prepare students for lives of leadership, accomplishment, and exemplary character. Imagine Schools of Arizona offers 13 campuses across the valley serving grades pre-K to 12. Imagine Schools focuses on educating the whole child, which means not only rigorous academics, but time also spent on character education, extracurricular activities, and truly getting to know your child one-on-one. To enroll your child or learn more, visit imagineschools.org.
Remember those Zing teas or whatever?
Since St. Jude opened in 1962, they have increased the overall childhood cancer survival rate from 20% to more than 80%. To support Cancer Awareness Month from October 1st through October 31st, Tris Cafe's Phoenix and Chandler locations will donate proceeds from the purchase of 5 special drinks.
I'll find the spot. I'll let you know.
We're calling it the Pink Drink for a Cause event. Stop in to enjoy a pink mood ring, raspberry gimlet, strawberry daiquiri, pomegranate mojito, or prickly pear margarita. For cafe locations and more information, visit tristcafe.com. And let's make a difference together.
James Out West, featuring Ryan Brooks, brings NFL, NBA, and local sports talk to you Monday nights at 7 here on KDUS AM 1060 and KDUS1060.com.
Your life.
And welcome back to the Easy Sports Talk Show. This one's kind of flying by, Jay.
It is?
I mean, yeah. It's, I can't believe we're only half our way from finishing up here.
I'm going somewhere after this. Maybe you can come with me.
Maybe I can. Maybe. This segment right here is brought to you by
Trist Cafe Pink Drink for St. Jude special that they have going on. So to support Cancer Awareness Month from October 1st through October 31st, Trist Cafe's Phoenix and Chandler locations will donate proceeds from the purchase of 5 special drinks to St. Jude. Stop in either location, their Phoenix location or their Chandler location, and enjoy a pink mood ring, raspberry gimlet, strawberry daiquiri, pomegranate mojito, or prickly pear margarita in support and make a difference. For cafe locations and more information, visit tristcafe.com. That's TRYST cafe.com.
There you go. So we got one sport getting ready to leave us after a long 162, and I'm actually getting excited because that 162 preseason, is getting ready to go away, and we're getting ready to have some playoff baseball, which is actually the real regular season for me. So I'm going to start watching. I wish our Diamondbacks had gotten to that point, but as we mentioned in the last segment, they're taking steps.
Next season, me and you on air right now as Mark is recording this, 20 games we got to get to.
20? Holy cow.
20.
All
So
right.
it's a marathon. It's a long season. You said it's 162 games, fool.
Does that include spring training? Or
Sure.
Okay, let's do that then.
there we
Okay.
go.
All right, well, I'll do it. We'll
All
do
right.
it. Oh, remind me to tell you about something. I got a little thing for the spring training event. I got to find it, but remind me after the show. I don't
You know
wanna
how
give
we
off-
do spring
I don't wanna
training
put my-
events, too. You know how we do those.
What's that?
Third, fourth inning. We
Oh,
was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"All right, we out."
But the event that I have to tell you about, though, you might want to stay a little longer. That's all I'm going to say. All right?
Okay, I'll roll
So,
with you. You look at me and you say, "You ready?" I say, "I've been ready. I'm waiting on you."
So Diamondback season getting ready to, go away. Phoenix Suns season is getting ready to kick off. I don't even know the schedule. I know Paul.
Why you say go away?
Because it's just getting ready to go away.
Oh,
so,
man.
But basketball is getting ready to start.
Yes, sir.
And, it's been a really, really quiet offseason. Would you say? Would you not say? Other than the Sarver stuff. Player-wise?
Nah, it's been
No.
because
How much-
DeAndre Ayton.
My
Okay.
point is, we haven't heard about anything
Easy,
going on.
Bayless. What you got,
I'm just
Bayless?
saying, we haven't heard it. It's been quiet. I mean, think about this.
Yes, okay.
During the
We
Cardinals
haven't heard
off
anything
season,
from Ayton in the media.
during the
upset,
Cardinals season,
right?
there was scrubbing of social media, and we were like, "What the hell's going on?" Then it was put back on, and then the manifesto, and then the eventual contract,
Yes.
then the clause in the contract.
Yes.
So DeAndre Hopkins getting suspended. So I mean, it was noisy.
Yes.
This offseason for the Suns has been very, very quiet until now.
Did you catch that, dog?
I'm just saying. I'm talking to you.
you just and roll the clip. I mean, what the hell are you
I'm
doing?
just you ever go to somebody's house? Okay, you ever go to somebody's house, right? And they clean, they knew you were coming, so they cleaned up just the basics, right? And then you drop something you couldn't find, and you're like, "What the hell's that? Is it under that rug?" And you lift the rug up, and it's like, "Damn, they'll never clean up under here." That's what I'm saying, right? So it's like the Suns off season was, hey, everything, and the rug just got pulled up. It's like, damn, it's dirty under. Let's talk about it real quick. So we got DeAndre Ayton. They had press day, they had media day, right?
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, they're asking us, so how things with you and Monty? I don't know. I ain't talking to him.
Yes.
Monty and Ayton have not talked, and I know there's probably reason.
Yeah.
Since he benched him in the playoff game, the game 7 against the Mavericks. For one, Monty was like, I ain't talking to him because he thought he was going to be gone, right?
Right.
So he's like, you be somebody else's problem. I don't have to even address it. Then what the Suns do? The Suns go and they match the Pacers offer sheet. So then it's like, damn, he's coming back. And so Monty never reached out to him. Then Ayton expresses his belief that Sarver is the one who cost him the 5-year, the max deal. For some reason, he's got in his head, Sarver didn't want him to give him that extra money. And what it did, it cost, because he did sign the offer sheet. We matched it.
Yes.
But it cost him a 5th year at $40 million. So he's got the current 4-year deal. Yeah. But imagine somebody costs you $40 million an extra for that extra year.
Other side of that, real quick,
Go ahead.
he could have just said, "Nah, I'm just gonna play on this 1 year, and if I get injured, I get it. That's the risk that you take, and I'll have unrestricted free agency next off season, and there you go."
I don't think, but along with Monty's mind, he probably thought, "There's no way they're bringing me back here. So I can go get my loot. I don't have to worry about being here another year. Get my 4 years there." But then, like I said, all of a sudden, because were you shocked when they matched the offer?
Like we were talking about in the car, the person that walks in the office and says, I'm getting ready to have my third interview. I'm about to be out of here. And then a month later, they're still there because they didn't get the job. But, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So, there's a lot to digest there. Monty trying to play it off like, well, I don't talk to a lot of my players. Come on, man. Come on, a basketball team, I can see if it was a football team. You got 53 dudes. You ain't talking to 53 dudes. You got 15. There's only 5 or 6 you need to really talk to.
I'm
just saying.
I
don't talk to a lot of my
players that have kind of co-signed what Monty said. For example, Booker that essentially said, well, I haven't really talked to him yet myself.
What do you have to talk to Booker about, though?
I get it. But he's riding for his coach because he likes his coach. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I haven't really talked to him either, man. I ride with him. I ride with him. Yeah, it's going to be – it has the possibility of being very –
It has a possibility to be really nasty.
Very soap opera-ish, for sure.
And then we know Jay Crowder said, deuces, I'm out, because they pretty much told him you're probably not going to be starting because Cam is moving to that position, and they didn't offer him an extension or anything like that. So he's disgruntled. He's not even showing up. He's putting in a request for trades, and pretty much, hey,
you trading him?
If you don't want to be here, bro, you got to go. Unless you're going to start him, you would have to put him back in the starting lineup. You can't. There's no way you can say, "Hey, Jay, we're not going to trade you, but
Kevin
please
Durant
come on
asked
back."
to be traded, and did the Nets trade him? They said, "Nah, we straight."
That was a different situation.
How is it different? They
one,
said,
he's
nah,
the
nah.
backbone of the team. He's the number one.
And you know me, we are entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
I am for people getting out there making their money. So if you can leverage whatever you can, but it's also up to the consumer, or in this case, the organization, to say, nah, we not.
You don't want that kind of angry in your locker room.
You do make a point.
Here's the thing.
I'm just playing the other side of it.
You at this point, and I swear to you, I'm telling you, you don't want Ayton, because Ayton looked like he's got bitter beer face going on right now.
Yeah.
Ayton is pissed off over the fact you didn't give him the max one.
Is he going to ball out now?
Ayton is looking at January 15th, 2023, because you know what? That's when they can officially
trade him. Is he
trade
about to
him.
ball out until then?
He's going to do whatever he has to do.
Is he going to ball out until then?
Let me answer the question.
Yes.
He's going to do whatever he has to do just to maintain and make sure he puts on a happy face, whether it's, because they're not going to focus. He's not going to be the focus of his offense or anything like that.
He better be for as much money as they're paying him, dog. They better make him he better be the number 2 option.
Nope, he's not.
They're going to use him. The reason I'm getting that way, responding that way, is because I know you're right. When it should not be
right.
that.
Yeah, go ahead, say it.
But it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way.
I totally agree
shouldn't
with
be
you.
That. He
How
should
many
be the
ti-
number 2 option.
Thank
Chris
you.
Paul should be the number 3 option.
How
Or
many
maybe
t-
number 4 with Mikal Bridges stepping up
Yeah.
to maybe be that number 3.
I'm in total agreement with you. They should, when we faced Dallas, he should have been, and every series is from one to the next. We had such an advantage with Ayton. You say, hey, we're going to go ahead and use him to his fullest.
Yes.
And maybe next series it's not the same thing, but we got this big advantage here. Let's go get it done. And that, for me, was the biggest eye-opener because they didn't, and he's standing there like, well, run some plays for me or whatever. This is going to be an awkward kind of until January gets around here. And I guarantee you there might be a blow-up or two.
Chemistry is a delicate thing.
Okay.
Chemistry is so delicate. And so what I mean by that is this with the potential, because we have high expectations for this Suns team. Not if we're looking at 2 sports, when we talk about football, we were just hoping that the Cardinals can make it back to the playoffs, right? So different thing in terms of how we look at it. But there are higher expectations for the Suns. And so that being so delicate, and it could all blow up in their face, and they could really underperform this season.
Yeah. So do you think that, because we thought last year, obviously, there was no max for him, and they played the season. And like I said, until we got to the playoffs and everything exploded, we were under the impression. I was like, wow, they really are working well together. And this is all out in the open from start now.
Mm-hmm.
This might have some type of effect on the season. And I mean, you
go to the couple that you're friends with. You go on a couple's date, and you think that everything is.
They have that blow
They're
up.
the model couple, and next thing you know,
1 minute,
like you always do, or they just
I can't
blowing up in
stand
front of
you. Get on my last damn nerve.
Hey, I'll pick up the check today. We gonna get up out of here real quick after just
Hey,
some
don't we
appetizers.
got to go get the kids a little? Yeah.
Man. It stands to be a very volatile season. It could also be one of those. As strange as it sounds, it could be a galvanizing thing. I'm just thinking about it. I'm going to go out and ball no matter what. I don't care what y'all give me the ball.
Aiden is going to do Aiden's going to do exactly and only what he has to do until he can get the hell out of here.
I hope not.
I mean,
you might be right. I lean more towards what you're saying, but if you try to personalize it, internalize it, and say, okay, that's what you're going to do. I'm going to show you what it's like.
Shout out to my brother, Mr. Mark Moyle. Let's get together and talk soon. We're going to take this last break. Come on back and finish this up. Been a great show. Hope everybody's having a great weekend so far.
But wait. Are you kidding?
Clear.
Thanks, Aaron.
Your afternoon for the Doug Gottlieb Show, right here on KDUS AM 1060, 100.7 HD2, and
Until now.
KDUS1060.com. Weekdays from 1 to 3 p.m.
Students enrolled at Imagine Online Academy, grades K through 8, can expect to receive quality, rigorous learning experiences that include a focus on the Imagine School's shared values, along with character education at the heart of the Imagine organization curriculum. Imagine Online Academy is committed to providing students the support and resources they need to succeed as learners in online education. Our goal is developing character and enriching young minds. For more information, visit imagineazonline.org.
With over 11 years of serving the Valley, Majestic Services is who you should call for your pressure washing and window cleaning needs. From driveways to sidewalks, pool decks, awnings, patio blinds, even handyman services, and more. Majestic Services has you covered. Call 602-614-9401 today for a free, no-obligation quote. Commercial or residential, call Majestic Services or visit them at majesticservices.net. Majestic Services, let us do your dirty work. 602-614-9401.
Hi, this is Ed Smith, host of the Easy Sports Talk Show. In addition to hosting the show every Saturday, did you know I'm also an inspirational and motivational speaker? Utilizing life experience in my 15-year professional sports career, I offer programs to a wide variety of audiences. Tips from the locker room to the boardroom and beyond. Whether you're a corporate executive, sports organization, or faith-based organization, Ed Smith Speaks can customize a team-building, motivational, and inspirational program to fill your needs. I'd love to come inspire and motivate your group to create lifelong shining moments. To learn more about booking me for your event, visit edsmithspeaks.com or contact me directly at info@edsmithspeaks.com.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Milano Music is Arizona's oldest and largest premier destination music store. Located at 38 West Main Street in historic downtown Mesa, Milano's has a 50,000 square foot showroom that features a giant wall of guitars. There are hundreds to choose from as they carry the most popular brands in stock from Gibson, Martin, Taylor, Fender, Yamaha, and many more. In addition, there is a high-end climate-controlled acoustic room and on-site repair facility. Milano's is a complete music orchestral products they carry. And with the holidays approaching, they're offering hundreds of musical gift items from all price ranges. For hours of operation and additional information, call Milano Music at 480-827-1111 or visit milanomusic.com.
Extra Point with Kayla and Kemp on KDUS AM 1060 from 11 to noon, diving into local and national sports topics, plus the latest sports odds.
Girl, while you arrive naked, hear that how the veteran glide the record. But don't download, go out and buy the record. Something sexy about
your life.
And welcome back. Final segment of the Easy Sports Talk Show. This has been one of those real fun ones that just, before you know it, is over. I'm like, damn, how'd that happen? It's been a good show, man.
I might even call in next week. I'll be finishing last in my half marathon. Yo, Ed, I just finished.
Thanks for reminding me. Thanks for reminding me. You'll be out next. Well, I knew it, but Jay will be off next week. Michael Caratanudo will be joining me to sit in, and I'm probably just going to do it from the studio. So it'll be a nice studio show next week. And then the week after, we're at Trist Cafe in Phoenix. So we'll keep you up to date on where we're at, folks. I want to give our shout-outs and thank yous for all the people that help us do what we do here. Brother Hans and Lonnie Schatz at Colt Artisan Beverage Company, the official beverage company of the Easy Sports Talk Show. Mr. Ron Harden, Brother Ron Harden, over here at Maduro's East, Maduro's Fine Cigars and Tobacco. This location is located at
1907 West Main Street in Mesa. That's Dobson and Main. In the Discount Tire, you'll see Discount Tire, and so it's in that same plaza. It has cigars on the building. Come in, 15% off cigars. $2 off draft beers. They have craft beers on tap. You heard me, TAP, tap, man. And then mention the show, mention Easy Sports Talk, and you get a raffle ticket for a cigar signage raffle. And I've seen some of the signage that's going to be raffled off. It's really cool stuff.
And even Mark was saying Mark's not a cigar smoker. He was like, look, I can see myself coming over here and just literally just chilling and watching some TV because it's got that kind of atmosphere.
Yeah.
This is a spot, normally you go to a bar.
It's cool.
Yeah, you got all the hectic this and, and crowded up. And I'm not saying it's not busy, but it's like it really is a lounge.
Yes.
Where the atmosphere, no matter how many people are in here, would have you like just chilling.
Yeah,
the way it's set up and everything.
Yes,
very cool. So make sure you come.
Multiple TVs here to be. They got
and
college games on.
And let's not forget about the Chandler location either.
Yeah, that's right.
If you're over in the Chandler location, you got to check that one out as well.
Yes, indeed.
I want to thank Brother Mike Milano and the family at Milano Music. Appreciate all they're doing. Been one of the longest supporters of the show. And right now they have my dad's axe and they're working on it. I cannot wait to see that when it's all finally done. I want to thank Miss Elisa Cananisho, the owner of Trist Cafe Phoenix and Chandler. Make sure you go hit that great spot. And remember, they got the 5 drinks you can go order during the month of October. All proceeds are going to the St. Jude Hospital for cancer. So make sure you support that great event. We'll continue to put that out and let everybody know what's going on. Mr. Frank Sturpey and the Imagine Schools of Arizona family. Brother Mark Twain Beaver with True Narrative Media. If you're watching us on any of these social platforms, social media platforms, you can see how good it looks in the production compared to what we used to look like with my little
Stop
tripod.
calling me Steve Kime, man. I ain't Steve Kime up in here, man.
Want to thank Coach D'Alicio on the Varsity Sports Show. Always does a great job leading into our show. Majestic Services. Let Majestic Services come and do all of your dirty work.
Even in Gilbert.
From your awnings to your driveways. Yes, let them come do that stuff. I know I won't do it.
Even in Gilbert.
Brother Earl and Sean, Casual Sports Radio Network, and Mitch, too, because Mitch is part of the family helping, doing a lot of production, shows with Earl right now. Yeah. Colton Mara and EIC Agency, Cam Rogers and the Believe Network, where you can find our podcast.
Believe.com, also wherever you search for a great podcast, just search Believe in the Arizona Cardinals. That's BLEAV in the Arizona Cardinals, also on EasySportsTalk.com. And we're also on the Sirius XM app, and want to thank y'all for listening. I can see those numbers increasing, and so it's always good to see that. So
there you go. Ms. Tina Smith and E3 Cryo and Wellness Center. Customer First Solutions. I want to thank Desmond Johnson for calling in from Tobacco Road Sports Network.
What did you ask him? I asked him, so what did you think in terms of, do you see, are you scared? Anything that scares you about the Arizona Cardinals? No.
Not really.
No, we good. We good. We straight.
That's what might have changed my mind in terms of my pick. So I got all these confidence pools and things I got to do before the end of before game time tomorrow. I might be making a switch on that one. Then I also want to alert everybody to go check out the website, edsmithspeaks.com. Especially go to the radio page. You'll find all of our sponsors and partners on there. Making sure you support them. And once again, thank you to Mark Twain Beaver for updating that site. It looks amazing. So if you on there, if you're looking for someone to come out and speak at your event,
yes, please.
Like I said, we've got the book on there. If you want to order Easy Does It, The Journey of a Lifetime, you can do it from there. But like I said, go support our great partners and sponsors as well.
You asked Mark, you say, hey, I like what you did there, Mark. I was thinking about updating and doing some stuff, and, what do you think I should? And Mark paused for just a second, and you could tell he was formulating his answer, and he said, please don't.
No.
He said, I'll take care of it.
No, I was.
Please don't.
You know me, I'm not touching anything. So, but Mark was like, nah, you don't have to worry about that, Brother Mark. So, and then I want to thank you, Aaron, for a great show as always, man. On point with everything, and really appreciate you, man. So I think that's, let me see, anything?
Aaron Judge.
Oh, real quick. Yeah. You want to do Coolio or Aaron real quick?
Go ahead and do Coolio.
Okay, real quick. We lost, I guess, a great one from our era. Coolio, a.k.a., let me see, because I didn't, it's like when some of these people
There's
that we know.
that I call real good friends that I didn't find out their
real name till they died.
No, until a year into my friendship.
My man, Biz Marquis.
Yeah.
I didn't know what that dude's name was. You could have said, had no idea, and then you finally hear his name. But Coolio, born artist Leon Ivy Jr.
Yep.
And that's Coolio. I mean, you think about the number of things that he did, music for movies, his, Gangster's Paradise. You run down the list, and 59 years old, passed a few days ago, and that's one of those ones, when I brought it up between you, myself, and Mark, when we were out there, we were getting ready to get set up, and it brings the conversation of, damn, Coolio died, and it's almost like, how in the heck, it starts you to think about your own mortality, and like I said, I'm very sad for him, his family, obviously. So thoughts and prayers, but, rest in peace, Coolio.
Yes, indeed.
So go ahead, what you got?
I was going to say, just about Coolio, my introduction and relationship, so to speak, from a musical standpoint with Coolio is different than I think a lot of folks. People think of Fantastic Voyage, they think of Gangster's Paradise, but for me, it's more from the underground level. He was a part of a group called WC in the Mad Circle.
Okay.
And so that was my first introduction to him, and so there were those cuts. You Don't Work, You Don't Eat, Ain't a Damn Thing Changed on his debut album, the Coolio's debut album. Kind of those B-side songs or those album cuts like Can of Corn or County Line were ones that really resonated with me, and so those are the songs that I remember Coolio by. Whereas, understandably, other folks that were introduced to him in a different way have a different experience. But that was one of the things with Coolio. Interesting dude, talented, but definitely was able to make those couple albums that he put out there solo. Really, a couple of those songs really stand the test of time.
Yeah. I mean, sad, man. So,
Yep.
So you had an Aaron Judge question.
Aaron Judge. So there's been a whole lot of coverage of Aaron Judge as if he's the first real one to do it with no assistance and no help and all these things, and you try to build up the narrative and all the. And I'm curious as to how you, because I know your stance when it comes to steroids or performance enhancing drugs. What's your take on that? Should he be? Because I think everybody, even looking back, whether it's from Barry Bonds to McGuire to Sosa and many players that we found out along the way for various things, even Tatis, he's been I want to say it's Tatis a couple times for performance enhancing drugs and being suspended. How do you think the record books should reflect that? I mean, is it just?
Here's the problem: baseball did not address it.
Right.
So it's left up to us as a consumer and fan to decide, and I don't think that's right because everybody's going to have a different opinion on it.
Right.
But because baseball has not addressed it, who cares? Because Well, I don't care what your opinion is. I don't care what mine is. I don't care what Mark's is. We don't have a say in it. So you just have to. So like baseball basically said, we did it. We let them do it back then, and and the records are what they are. Those guys are not going to be punished. We're not going to let them into the Hall of Fame, but we're not going to do anything about it because they benefited so much from the steroid era. And and I've told you several times, that's the steroid era and some other things is what chased me out of baseball after almost a decade.
Right.
I played 9 years of professional baseball, and I'm watching things happen, and I finally got to a point I can't take this anymore. I was like, I'm done.
2 minutes.
Fortunately, I had another door to walk through.
Yeah.
But as far as now, me personally, you asked me personally.
Yes, sir.
Because I know the testing now. If the testing is true, and we all know the chemists are out there continuing to try to beat
they listen to
test.
us while they're in the lab trying to figure some stuff out.
So I'm under the assumption that everything is on the level with a Judge. So yes, he would be my home run king as far as single season.
No, man.
Yes, he would. No, you can answer this too. As far as my all-time king, it's Hank Aaron will always be, unless Judge or somebody comes. I don't think that's going to happen, but I still hold Bonds and Sosa and McGuire. I hold them to a lower standard because of what they were obviously doing, regardless of how many tests they failed or didn't fail.
Yeah, I think it's just a dangerous Pandora's box even more of a Pandora's box to open up when it's I'll view you as the record holder, but not them, and I'll view you as this, but not that. I think that it's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
Slippery
1
slope
minute.
for sure.
I do think that's where baseball failed itself, though.
Yeah.
They only have themselves to blame for the fact that nobody knows who the real home run king is, or at least they. Here's the thing: I guarantee you, if they could, they would not want Bonds and what he represented being the home run king. But there's nothing they can do about it. They have to acknowledge it. And because they didn't acknowledge it at the proper time, so now it's left to all of us to decide. So great question, though. Say, hey, appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Great show today. Make sure you come out and support Maduro's Fine Cigars and Tobacco. Maduro's East, we're gonna call it, right here, corner of.
Dobson and Main, 1907 West Main Street. Come in, 15% off cigars, $2 off their draft beers. They have craft
10.
beers on tap. Mention the show and get a raffle ticket for cigar signage
There you go.
as well.
Great show today. We'll see you next week, folks. Have a great weekend. Appreciate you, Mark. Appreciate you, Aaron.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
you, Ron. Everybody.
You.
All right, you were clear. Good show, guys. I'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, Aaron. Have a great weekend, man.
You too. See ya.